Hey guys, it's Nate, aka the Foot Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. We are back, but what have I returned to? FC25 has been cooked for a long time this year, guys, let's be honest. But after taking a week off and coming back to this game, it's bad. I mean, for real, we're just here for the little enjoyment of packing the 99s and maybe getting some FC26 rewards, but we're all really just counting down towards FC26 right now. At least that's how it feels. But today I want to catch up, rip some 85 times 10s because I have like 125 of them, and at the same time take a look back at why FC25 was such a down year, not just for how it feels, for the content with the things that went wrong with it, but also from like a statistical standpoint, from the numbers of videos and streams to even my own content. I want to talk about that a little bit because that's the feeling that I'm getting coming back to this game for a week. I understand how you guys maybe feel as you've maybe taken some time off the game and then have come back during this endgame 99 chase type of grind. Now, I also want to make sure we look forward to FC26 news that has been released. We've missed a lot in this past week, so I want to take at least a little bit of time and talk about that. I'm sure a lot of you guys are caught up on it, but just to make sure we don't miss any of that content there. If you guys are excited for the videos to be back, because I know I'm excited to be here. I missed you guys, man. Drop a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you are new. Now, a lot of content has been released in the last week that we have been gone. I am not going to cover everything, don't you worry. But I want to highlight a few things in here, starting with yesterday's content. We have another SBC that could have been a 99, but instead it's a 97, and that is Cole Palmer. Cold dynamic image, cold card for sure. This card was all the rage at one point, but really this is just the best for collectors. It's maybe an L for those of us who have not packed a Cole Palmer 99. For those of you, because maybe that's a flex because I have got him, but like you would want the 99. I think most people wanted that card. It's kind of the same situation when the Nuno Menj was dropped as a 97. We would rather have the 99, right? But other player SBCs we've had in the past week, we've finally got. It was the day that I left that we had a 99 rated SBC, and we had the unlimited repeatable 85 times 10 with that Laurent Blanc. We've had other 99s in the name of Alex Scott. We've had the Leah Williamson. We're still awaiting some more 99s. It still feels like EA is holding back a little bit with some of the 99s they have released. We've had some great 98s, the Giroud, the Trent Alexander-Arnold, it's very fresh and new. The Kudus for me is great. Joao Felix is there, it's decent. Of course, Florian Wirtz was very good as well. And then the Maldini. We go to the icon part here. Dino is fun if you don't have an Evo version of him, or if this is better than your Evo version. Of course, the Blanc was... This is the kicker, right? This is like the 99 SBC that we'll remember. Finally, EA dropped it. 99 defending, 98 physical, 94 pace. I'm sure he's in a lot of you guys' teams right now. Great card, fantastic stats and play styles. You love to see it. But the SBCs in terms of the players are good, but I think it's the player picks that are more fun. I haven't done a single one of these 95 plus 1 of 6 Shapeshifter, Road to the Final, or Footy player picks. But I'm about to do a lot of them because it's only one squad. It's 87s and higher. And like, I just think I want to spam those. I'm sure we're getting a lot of 87s from the unlimited 85 times 10. So I like that one. If you look at my favorite SBCs, it's the 85-10, the 89 exchangers, and then the 95 plus player picks. I think that's kind of the most fun set of SBCs to grind right now, especially with the 2 that you can do when they refresh, the 97 plus Footies player picks as well. So it's kind of like the player picks are where the fun is at. The players are where you put your extra random fodder when you have dupes on dupes, and then you're just running the unlimited 85 times 10s. I know you guys have been tweeting me your pack polls this whole entire week. I come back and I look at Twitter after I post a couple things here and there. I get some mentions here and there. It's all the 99s, right? I will say, I didn't open packs all week, so there's a twofold part to this. Firstly, I opened a couple packs this week, and I got lucky, okay? I got another 99, and it's maybe one of the most expensive ones. He is still like 6.9 million coins. We did get R9. That's crazy. I think it was from an exchange pack. That was ridiculous, right? I barely opened any packs this week, man, because I was like, I'm going to test my account with the kind of week off theory. Like, is EA going to try to give me some pack luck to reel me back in? And, well, I think I used it on that pack pull. Anyways, we do have a lot of 85 times 10s that I want to talk about today. But before we do, speaking of the SBC grind, I will be a failed YouTuber, especially market trending YouTuber. Trending? Not like trending in popularity, but like trending on the market. We'll go with that. Team of the weeks, guys. We've been talking about investing in them every single week. They went to 30K this last week because of the unlimited repeatable 85 times 10, of course, and some of the other SBCs that are out. Look at the state of this. These are 34K, this Milinkovic Savage card was on Wednesday. If you have informs like I still have some left over in my club and some on my transfer list, just list them for like 30,000 coins, 31, 32K, because they're probably going to go back there by that part of this week. Team of the season cards even right now are 24,000 coins. They are down a little bit after getting supplied on the weekend. I would even say right now, if you wanted to buy TOTS cards at like 24K, they're probably, let's check. Let's double check just before I make this claim. Did cards like, let's say Shaqiri, he's in packs, yeah? Can I check in 96 TOTS? Did these go to 30K as well last week? Shaqiri was 28K, and they almost got to 30K on Wednesday. So the team of the weeks almost went to 30K or above 30K, and then Shaqiri went to like 28. So, 24 to 28 is not terrible. You probably will get some lazy sales of 30K there. If you want to invest in a little bit of that, be my guest. You'll probably be able to make some coins with that, although coins are definitely not the most important thing right now in this game. But let's open some 85 times 10s and get into the conversation that I want to have as I come back today. Obviously, I'm hoping for more 99s. I saw somebody tweet yesterday that like everybody's packed 99 Messi. I want to know in the comments what 99s you guys are still chasing. Obviously, I'd love to pack Messi. I still don't have 98 Son. I don't have 97 or 96 rated, whatever his rating is. The Sonaldo Road to the Final card. I still do not have that card either, so I'm still chasing that one. Plenty of 99s that I have not packed yet. I'm sure you guys are way ahead of me. Ooh, 98 Eto'o. I mean, I'm just going to check his price because I haven't played in a week, so I don't know what it is. He is a whopping 170K. There we go. We'll take that. All right. That's an 85 times 10 for you. We'll take a 98 rated. That's closer to a 99. But as I'm coming back today and as I'm ripping these packs, I couldn't help but look at, Twitter. I couldn't help but look at Instagram, YouTube, even the Twitch streams of like, how was FC25 doing after this week off? How was the content for one, which obviously wasn't that fantastic. It was another week of kind of what we had already had. And then for two, like, how's the hype? Like, definitely there's more hype with FC26, right? There definitely is. That I feel it. There's been more hype for FC26 than 25, at least for a couple of weeks. But like, when I came back and was looking back on what I missed, I was surprised with how little I actually had missed. Content's been the same old story. Chase the 99s, get your FC26 packs, play the beta a little bit if you have that. But at the same time, so many people have quit FC25 that it is like, I'm also realizing how cooked of a year we have been living in. And some of you guys, probably people who are not even watching this video, have realized it as well, because they're like, yeah, FC25, I've been done with that for a long time. But I actually want to show you guys what we've been feeling as just this game this year being underwhelming from a content, just a how we feel about the game perspective, how much fun and enjoyment we're getting out of the different areas of the game, because we all value things differently, right? Some people really value the gameplay. Some people are all about the SBCs. Some people really love Evos, right? And this year had some really good spots for different things. Evos had some bright points. SBCs, maybe. Gameplay, after that update in the wintertime, it was better. But like, it's been a cooked year, man. It has been such a cooked year. And I want to take a look at some of the stats. Now, you maybe have seen some people pull up stats about this before, but I want to just kind of put in perspective where this game has gone. From the start, we're going to compare FC25 with FC24, because if you look at FIFA 23, it gets even worse. But for the last 2 years that this has been the FC franchise, just look at how down of a year this has been. This is average viewership on Twitch in terms of monthly averages. I feel like that was a good way to compare year over year. But what I want to start with is the recent stuff. This month of August 2025 on Twitch, there are an average of 11,000 viewers every single day of the month. 11,000 viewers in the month of August. People watching FC25. Obviously, that's down. It's the summertime, whatever. But if you take a look, remember, 11,700 for FC25. You look at last year, FC24 in August, 20,000, almost double. That's how a lot of the numbers are if you look back at FC24. So during May of FC24, team of the season, right? 28,000 average viewers. This year during May, 23,000. April, 20,000 this year versus 30,000 last year. So like 2/3 and sometimes half Especially you see the bigger drop off in August, right? July this year, 16,000. Last year, 23,000. So in August, it's been a huge drop off for 25 because I think people have just been super done with it. It just felt this year that maybe even to December as well, 25,000 viewers in December, which is almost the same as there was in Team of the Season, even after how Team of the Season started being really, really bad. Some people would say this last year's TOTS was one of the worst all time. Like 25,000 in December, what was it in 24? 35,000. See, there's again like almost the 2/3 of the FC25 viewership compared to what it was in 24. Like, that's just how it's felt this year, you know? And that's why I think at this end stage of the game, the views are going even lower comparatively to last year because we're just like, nah, this game is over. Like, GG's, it's chalked. I'm ready for 26. And some people are just taking a break from it. I think it's way easier to do that too with real football being back and games being back. And it's so exciting. Like today, driving back from vacation, it was in the early morning and we had on the radio, we were listening to the game between Spurs and City, which was a fantastic game, by the way. Come on, you Spurs. What a result. But, like, that's probably pulling some of the hype away. I know that eFootball just dropped their big update, too. I actually wouldn't mind trying that, but I haven't played this game all week, so I'm kind of wanting to catch up on that. But, man, this is the last thing I'm going to show as I ramble about this here at the very middle part of this video. I feel like I've got my point across, but this is the part that I wanted to show you guys. There's a lot of things that go into YouTube, but, like, if you just look, these are this year's end of footies videos heading into preseason on my channel. I'm 100% open and honest, and I realize that a lot of my content is related to how well this game does. Because if people are interested in the content's good, then, you know, there's probably going to be more people that are wanting to watch my videos. My videos are very reliant on how good the game does. Sure, there's a level of creativity in how I present things, well or not well, how as a YouTuber, like I do my job, if you will. But you just look at the views here, right? We got a couple views in the 20,000s, but most of these are under 20,000 views, which is awesome. I'm never going to complain about that ever because you guys support the channel in unbelievable ways, and I will always be thankful for that. But this is just for comparison purposes only, just like we looked at with the Twitch stats. These are not my Twitch stats again. This is like the whole game as itself. Just if that was, these are two different comparisons here. This is my stats for here this year compared to last year. Look at the end of footies videos that we had last year. As the game is dying down and ending out like it is this year. Remember the stats that we looked at from viewers on Twitch between end of 25 and end of 24? Look at the views last year, 38K, 29, 27, 23 was one of the lowest ones you're going to see in here. There's some 40s and some 30s in here. We're barely sniffing 20 this year. Like, I know you guys see it as well. When you go on and log on for a 6 p.m. content check, or you want to watch a streamer play the game, whoever it may be, or even to watch a regular YouTube video of somebody who is playing this game at this stage, even in the last couple of months, you could just tell that the hype for FC25 has really, really, really started to dry out. And it's kind of non-existent, you know? And that's the reason why I show that stuff, not to complain. I'm not here to complain once again. I'm just here to realize it with you guys that it has been a bit of a rough year. And coming back from vacation and seeing it and feeling it, like, what did I miss? Oh, nothing really? Like, that just kind of put the whole year into one moment for me, to be completely honest. So, honestly, this might be one of the last FC25 videos that we have because I'm more so excited for 26. And if that's what I'm excited about, I really want to talk a lot more about that. I have a lot of things brewing in the back of my mind that I think are going to be different this year. Stuff that's been leaked from the beta, stuff that's been confirmed from EA, conversations that we've had with the economists and stuff like that that have shaped the way we feel content's going to look this year. There's so much to that we got to talk about. So speaking of FC26, the stuff that we're the most excited for, I do want to look over a couple of things. First of all, the FC26 pack that is most newly available is the Road to FC26 Evolution, which was dropped, I think, maybe on Friday. It's a really easy one. You just have a couple of days to get it, or you have more than a couple of days. You got 12 days to redeem it, 19 days to get it done as of right now. It's more about the FC26 pack than the actual player that you get at this endgame stage, to be completely honest. I still think there is one more objective that is going to come out, by the way. That's one thing that could drop today. We're still watching for it. Because, of course, we have the Club is Yours 1. We do not have the Club is Yours 2 yet, unless I've missed it. So unless I miss it, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Club is Yours 2 objective, which will give us one last FC25 pack to chase. But that also may not be until this upcoming Friday, which would probably be preseason week 3. And we finally have the rest of the footies cards, like all the footies cards and packs. Because right now we have up to Team 4. We do not have Team 5. And then, of course, the re-release. So maybe that'll be what preseason week 3 gives us. We'll just have to see there. But I wanted to mention that pack for those of you who maybe missed it. This is, of course, the biggest news with FC26 stuff right now. It is the icons, official stats for the pre-order icons, what they will debut as. Of course, with 0 playstyle pluses, this is really interesting. This is a part of the power curve discussion. We're going to be talking about this very soon, more in depth and in detail. Our pre-order cards last year, the heroes, they had playstyle pluses from the start. These cards do not. I like that. I like that. I know that maybe to you feels like, oh, they're not as good compared to how cards were last year at the start. But what that also hopefully means is EA is truly making the power curve progress slower. And these cards will still be usable, absolutely, for the first month. Maybe even, you could say, into October without a playstyle plus. But then they get upgraded in November, and they're going to come back into our teams for sure, even if you get one of like the middle tier to lower tier ones. So it's super nice to have these stats here. Like, again, even that Thierry Henry, 87 pace, 85 shooting, 84 dribble, boom, straight in your team for the first week. Zlatan is 80 pace. He's got power shot plus, 87 shooting. Like, oh my gosh, man, that card would be absolutely sick. Looking through this, man, there are some gems. I want to look at the pace really quick on Chiellini. 75. That's not even that terrible. That's serviceable at the very beginning. Jockey plus with 93 defense and 90 physical and 80 pace. That's usable. Toni Kroos has 70 pace and then 75 upgraded. That's usable as well. Honestly, GG's EA, that was the one thing we were super curious about, was the pace on Totti, Chiellini, Kroos, and Marcelo, and they did a decent job. They did. I think Marcelo maybe is the one. Where's that card at? Did I scroll past Marcelo? Or maybe they tweeted him separately, but no, they tweeted him like today, right? Marcelo looked a little slow. I mean, 83 as a left back, that's a little bit slow, but it's still usable. And he's got first touch plus. So that is going to be one of the like L pulls, I guess, but it's still Marcelo at the same time. But like looking at those cards and looking at those icons, man, that gets me really excited. Just for who I could see in my pack, sure. But then like seeing them on the game, seeing them on the market, and just all the beginning of FC26 stuff. So there's still 2 days left to pre-order if you have not done yet for the Ultimate Edition to get the icon. After that, your pre-order does not include these cards. That is one thing I do want to mention pretty heavily. Also, FC26 news related. Last week, of course, EA posted this whole big podcast basically about the deep dive into gameplay responsiveness. Of course, we've talked a lot about this already with the experience that we were able to have in Vancouver, talking to some of those guys there and asking them about some of this stuff. But this goes into detail a bit more about it. So if you missed that, that is a good watch. It's a long one. They use a lot of the EA words, you know, of they're doing this, but like they kind of did break it down, and they said that animations were part of the problem, but animations are what fix it as well. It's kind of weird how, if I could try to summarize it, that's kind of what I would tell you that I heard. Like the animations were the problem, but they added more animations, which they said specifically, I believe, in the gameplay responsiveness pitch notes that adding more animations does not slow down the game. What it actually does, 98 lot of shelling, that's cool. What it actually does, especially with like the dribbling and the passing, right, is that it allows your player to react quicker because they added more animations for when you press the button and how you press the button. That's the way that they're describing it. I know to us that still means more animations, feels like it should be more laggy, more input delay. But again, as somebody who's played the game, like the one-touch passing is probably the thing that I'm maybe most excited about, in the fluid dribbling. That and then tackling. Those are the 3 things that I would say I'm the most excited about for sure. And you can tell that with that gameplay responsiveness, it has 100% been improved with the left stick responsiveness and the passing. So again, I know I can keep yapping about this game, and you know, not everybody has played it yet, but we're getting to that point where it's going to be felt for real. We're going to get our hands on it, and then your guys are going to be able to see as well. And then also with everybody getting on the game, EA will hopefully be able to make some more changes off of that. That's why I wish that it was an open beta. Again, we've been talking about that too, but that was a pretty interesting little post they had there on FC Direct. Speaking of the beta, allegedly more codes have been sent out. So if you had a code that was like limited to a certain mode, or if you never got a code in the first place, make sure you check your emails, because you might have, for the last couple of days that it is open, you might have access to the closed beta. Dupe a Billy there. So yeah, you might actually have an email with a beta code on it. That's one thing to kind of watch out for. Last thing, I want to make this video too long. It's already too long already. I was yapping about the downfall of FC25 in the middle. But FC25 content that we're still kind of looking forward to would be some more transfer SBCs. Ekitike, Madueke, Zubimendi, and Fati out of this list would be what we're still looking forward to. And I think, obviously, Ekitike sounds like an SBC, and that's a 99. You could give that card a 99 rating, I think, and it would be okay. 98 dribble and shooting with 99 pace. Maybe the passing's a little bit low, but that's a great card. Obviously, after his start to the season, that's a card a lot of people really want to have. I would think he's an SBC. Could be today. Madueke, Zubimendi, or Fati, though, since they're all 4 playstyle pluses, could be a part of a new cup, because we should be getting a new cup today in objectives, because the one that gave Gervinho from last week, the Legends of the Game Cup, is expiring. So I would expect a new cup to be released today. So still big name transfer SBCs being out there, and still that cup to watch for a couple of those transfer cards getting released as well. Here's what I hope they do. We haven't seen too much of this yet, because we've only seen it with like 98 Maldini as a footies card. We've seen it with the Shapeshifter Dino and the Eusebio, right? Just start re-releasing the 99 footies as SBCs. Like, I know they've started with Greats of the Game and with the PTGs from the Euros. Like, start with the footies 99s. Maybe they're going to do that this coming Friday, but like that's what we're ready for, EA. Drop us the 99, even if it's like the cheapest 99, which is maybe like what, Graham Hansen for a footies card, or like Bonmati. Drop a 99 SBC for one of those two and start the train. This still feels like they're holding back a little bit. But anyways, that's the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you're locked, loaded, and ready for FC26, make sure to drop a sub, because that's really where my focus is going to go, especially as the month of September is about to start. We are going to be zeroing in on a lot of the preparations, getting ready, the news, everything related to FC26, because there is going to be a lot. Some of it will be theories, some of it will be, we think this is how the things are going to go and stuff like that, based off of just preparations in that way, because it does look like some of even the early game stuff is going to change this year with how they're doing pre-order rewards. Maybe the advanced SBCs are changing. Ratings, of course, are going to be something that we're getting news on very soon as well. So make sure you get subscribed for that. It is great to be back, you guys. Thank you. And sorry, I guess, for not posting for the week, but thank you for allowing me to take a week off like this and getting some rest. Anyways, that's a video from me. If you did enjoy it, I will see you in another video tomorrow before we have our comeback stream on Monday tomorrow as well. Appreciate you guys. Love you. It's great to be back. I'm out. Peace.